Meteorologist Jeremy Lewan joining us now with a full look at the forecast, tracking some severe storms that are heading our way. Jeremy, what can we expect out of this round of storms?
Yeah, Emily, we're going to see potential for high winds, flooding rain, and even a brief spin-up tornado or two. Now, the tornado risk specifically is a little bit further to our south, where it's more possible. But it's still possible here in our area nonetheless, and it's actually a little bit more elevated than I've seen in quite a while. So we're going to have to pay close attention to the storms on the way for tomorrow. Today what we're seeing are some very interesting clouds. I want to show you some pictures that came in from our viewers. Even Courtney Harrison, our sportscaster here, sent me a picture as she was driving from Waymart of these clouds. Very interesting. They're called asperitas clouds, and asperitas means roughness in Latin, pretty much because of the base of the clouds defined by those wave-like structures and undulating textures. That appearance on the underside of the cloud sometimes has sharp points too. You can see it in this picture from Steve in Dixon City, almost like a roughened sea surface from the below. This one came in from Lackawanna County. And Candy captured one that was a little more mild, but nonetheless you can see those wave-like structures from Lehighton in Carbon County. Thank you, Candy, for sending that in. These clouds were officially added to the International Cloud Atlas in 2017, by the way. So they're brand new in nomenclature. They've always existed, of course, but they've finally been recognized by the International Cloud Atlas. Oftentimes they appear after a storm, but this time they're appearing before the storms roll in. I actually could see them on the Wilkes-Barre camera just a little while ago, but now it looks like they've been kind of dispersed. Maybe they're off towards the other side of the camera, but a lot of you have seen it. Thank you for sending in your pictures. If you haven't sent in your pictures yet, send them over and I'd be happy to put them on later shows. 41 is the current temperature. We have winds variable at 6 miles per hour, but it has been gusty. We had gusts up to near 50 in Wellsboro, up to 32 in Mount Pocono. A little less gusty than it was yesterday, but still nonetheless windy. It'll be another windy one tomorrow, especially as the line of storms comes through. We have winds sustained anywhere from 6 to 25 miles per hour there in Wellsboro, and temperatures have been stunted by the cloud cover. And we haven't had a consistent wind shift out of the south just yet. That'll change tomorrow. Temperatures are going to surge to near 60 degrees. Right now, we're in the mid-40s for the Susquehanna Valley and mid-30s for points east. We got the clouds overhead, some asperitas in there. Pretty cool that we were able to see it here, but it's also a sign of this activity on the way. So there's a lot going on this map. I want to break it down for you. See this red color? That's a tornado watch in effect for parts of the Mississippi Valley. Towards the west, this purple is a blizzard warning. So there are many impacts expected with this storm. First, we'll see the surge of warmth. Then we see the storms. And as the cold front passes, we see significant cold. We drop in temperatures 20 to 30 degrees in 4 hours. So this is going to be a wild weather day. First thing we get is storms. That's when we have the weather impact alert in effect, especially for the evening hours. That's when the most significant storms will pass. Some of them could turn severe with the chance for a tornado out there. Then snowfall possible on the back end of the system, so you gotta remain weather aware. Keep your devices charged. Remain informed with us on Newswatch 16 on your phone, on the WNP app, or turn us on. You know, we'll be on in the morning tomorrow. Joe will have the latest for you. Anthony will have the latest at noon, and then I'll be covering it throughout the afternoon hours. Now, temperatures tonight are actually going to be rising. By the time we get to the morning, we're close to 60 degrees across a large part of the area. Poconos may be closer to 50. Look what happens throughout the afternoon hours, surging to near 60, if not 70, in parts of the Susquehanna Valley. But as the cold front passes, temperatures are going to be dropping like a rock. By the time we get to 4 o'clock, the front passes through central Pennsylvania, dropping from 60s to 40s and 30s. Look at this. In the evening hours, we're still 50s and 60s. Further east, down to the 30s and 40s further west. And the cold front finally passes throughout the later portion of the evening, and then we could see a bit of a freeze. So any of that wetness that's out there could freeze on contact on metal objects that temperatures can pretty much decrease pretty quickly. Whereas I don't see a freezing on the roads. It takes a while for them to cool down. So here's how everything looks. Tomorrow morning, some downpours isolated. I don't expect thunderstorms tomorrow morning. Then there's a bit of a break between 9 and 11 before the front passes through central Pennsylvania around 3 o'clock, continues through eastern Pennsylvania between 3 and 8. And then the burst of snow occurs on the back end of it right after 8 p.m. for central Pennsylvania and past midnight for northeastern Pennsylvania. We're in that level 3 out of 5 severe risk, enhanced risk of winds that could exceed 60 miles per hour, possible tornado, and look at these flooding rains, more than an inch possible across a large swath of our area, if not nearly 2 inches. So we have a 7-day forecast that looks like this with the weather impact alert in effect for Monday. Temperatures slowly rising as we head towards spring. Emily?
So much important information to know, and I know you'll keep us up to date later on.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Jeremy.